I'm crying. But I had a cool name if I was a boy. So part of me is like,
I feel like you've told us this name before.
Oh.
What is it?
okay, well, I like it. Jared.
Jared?
What? Do you know any other Jareds?
Yes.
I know a couple.
I know
Jareds,
so
yeah.
many Jareds.
It's a very like it's a very like white hey dude
It's
wearing.
like, what's up, Jared?
Like he's probably a volunteer fireman.
Oh, I guess I only know one Jared, and I think he was a lifeguard. So close.
I had a really, you guys don't get it. Like, I had a really.
You don't get it? I had a really unique name if I was a boy.
You don't
And you're like,
know
yeah, I know
because-
12 other Jareds.
And also, Jared's like the freaking jewelry store. Like, you're not that unique.
Oh. Okay, well, I guess I don't think about the name Jared a lot
Everything
until I
begins with
randomly
J.
think about it.
It's
And I'm
K
like, oh, yeah.
Jewelers.
I know.
Every kiss begins with K. I don't think Jared has this saying.
He went to Jared. Literally off the top, just off the cusp of my head.
You hit my tooth
on the
again.
mic.
I hit my tooth.
It's time for Kira to go to bed.
It's past my bedtime.
Oh my gosh.
Hey, it's Casey,
I'm Meredith.
And this is Kiera.
and we're three best friends in a long distance relationship.
We've learned some valuable lessons along the way over the last 10 years of being friends.
Now let's get to it because Hi guys.
Hi.
Welcome back to It's Been Forever. And it really has. But just kidding.
really
I hated
has.
that. Can I do that again?
No, we have to
No.
leave that in.
No.
That's
It has
funny.
a name.
We're not
That's
changing it.
amazing.
My name is
Fine.
Casey.
Okay. And I'm Meredith.
Okay, and I'm Kiera. Did I already say that?
we
I'm
went out
Kira.
of order.
Oh, gosh.
Guys, welcome back.
This is our lives right
you.
now. If you're just like,
fine.
this is an intel into our weeks.
Yeah.
Oh, gosh.
But today, we want to start off by reading another one of our fan emails.
Email time. Dude, we need a jingle for your mayor brings down the mood and
Yeah.
Emails.
for the email time.
Well, in order for
Yeah.
that, we do need to get probably a few more consistent emails, probably.
True. So, guys, write in. You have a week.
Yeah.
Please.
Or you can,
listen.
like, just right now.
Yeah.
As you're, like,
Or,
sitting.
Like,
True.
what you could do
Sorry.
is you could, like, you're listening
Within the
to us
week,
right
I
now.
mean.
Just go ahead and push that pause button. We're not going anywhere. Okay, push that pause button.
Yeah. We're
Go
right
up your little
here.
Email, and then you just come on back. You press play, and then we'll still be here. Okay.
Yes.
So
I love
3, 2,
that.
1, pause. Okay.
Oh my gosh, welcome
Unpause.
back.
Okay,
Thank you,
welcome
back.
back.
Thank you. I bet that
Welcome
email's so good. I
back.
can't wait to read it.
That
Okay,
was
but
good too,
tell
actually.
us, who is this email from? I'm so intrigued.
Well, we got an email from one of our relatives.
Oh, which
Woo!
relative?
Kiara's
Who's relative?
sister.
Oh,
sent us an
Carissa.
Shout out Carissa. Woo, 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 woo.
Do either of you have that pulled up?
I
'Cause
do. I am
Okay.
ready for it.
Okay. Okay.
So
Go for it.
Carissa Becker, she sent this November 12th at 11:41 a.m. So
Dang.
we have prefaced before when we read your emails, it's not just going to be like a read and be like, thanks. We are going to dissect it. So we're going to start with that dissection of 11:41 a.m. That's a really midday email. Are you on lunch break? Are you?
Yeah.
Really midday.
Also, the 12th was a
She-
Sunday.
Yeah.
So
Oh, yeah, that's true.
were
I mean,
you
she-
in church?
She is a nurse.
Were you
She's
in
a nurse,
church,
so maybe I don't know.
Carissa?
Maybe
That's
she was
true.
working. Maybe she was on her lunch break. I don't know.
I did
Yeah.
think that. She might have been waking up and getting ready for her night shift.
True.
Could be.
True.
Night
you
shift?
know?
That's AM.
Well, I guess that wouldn't be till like 7. So
I don't
yeah,
know.
I don't know. I don't know
But
what I'm
waking
saying.
up and-
Anyway,
yeah,
continue
yeah.
on. Mhm.
So the subject line reads as follows: Hey y'all.
Y'all.
So country.
There is
Y'all.
4 Y's.
I love that.
Okay. And then y'all
Okay.
does have the apostrophe.
I was going to
Good
ask.
job. I was
Mhm.
going to ask
Yep,
too.
It does.
Okay. Any emojis?
There
or-
will be
no?
within the email,
Okay.
but there
Mhm.
isn't for the subject line. So she also has a really good
Perfect.
email. It's just Carissa J. Becker. Okay. So
Just classic.
classic.
That is
Obviously
really good.
didn't make this when she was 12 years old like some of us. So great job, Carissa.
Well, can I say she does
Oh,
that.
okay.
I'm going to expose her a little bit. So our family's first ever email, I don't even know what you would call it, just email company that we utilized was Comcast.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
So my email was wonderfully, like the number one, wonderfully Kiki at Comcast.net. That was mine, which is kind of funny because a little foreshadowing. I don't know. It had Kiki in there and I don't know where that came from. No one called me that at the time. I just thought it would be a fun email. And hers was smile2, like the number 2, day 93 at Comcast.net.
Yeah,
So
there it
she
is.
really wanted to smile today.
Yeah.
And then also had to just throw
You
in the
gotta
year
throw
that
in
she
your
was
birth
born.
year, yeah.
You
Gotta
have
throw
to.
in the birth
You have
year.
to.
So she's come a long way, I'll say, from that to whatever it is now. So
That's
good job.
Really funny. Thank
And
you
that's
for
all I have
including
to say
that.
on that.
Okay.
Yeah, just had to.
So, here's the email. She just gets right into it. And I do have to say I appreciate that because the subject line is "Hey y'all." So like in that sense, why do you need to introduce or have pleasantries again? Like let's just go for it. So
Okay.
it starts. Just gotta say, I've been listening to your pod since day one. Just saying. Proud of my little sis and her besties for making this podcast
Aw.
come to life. So that's really cute.
That
Little,
was sweet.
that was
a
really
little
cute.
proud sister moment. I do appreciate that.
Proud sister
I
moment.
think I wore her shirt one time when we went there.
Oh.
I'm trying to think of my interactions with Carissa. Do you remember what we had choir tour?
Yes, we
sophomore
were
year
at your
Heston.
house.
We went, yes, we
Yeah.
stayed at your house, and I didn't have anything to
do
wear.
have a memory.
And you pulled out a bunch of clothes, and they were all hers.
Wait, didn't she take us somewhere? She took us somewhere.
We have a photo of downtown Harrisonburg
Yes.
against a mural, and
Yes.
Adele and Hannah are there. Shout out to you guys.
My midriff may have been showing at that time.
oh, I
I
think,
think so. I think we were like, this is not choir hours.
No,
We
it
can
was a little
show a little
scandalous.
tummy, a little scandalous. And I think that's all we did, just like walk around,
Yeah,
honestly.
show you what downtown Harrisonburg was like.
yeah.
Anyways, thanks, Carissa, for the shirt.
Yes. The first emoji
Yeah.
we do encounter when she says, "I've been listening since day one," just saying, is the hand that's like out like that, like.
Oh, like the girl.
I love it.
So it continues and says, "Thanks for making me laugh and also making me feel so bad still to this day, literally over a decade later, about how mean I was to you, my sis, about her outfit choices."
Well,
I mean, who
Yeah.
would you be as a
Honestly,
sister?
we
if
had to put you on
if
blast.
weren't telling your sister that they looked bad, though. Like, who has had a
Yeah.
sister that hasn't told them
Exactly.
they look bad at some point in their life?
true.
If your older
True.
sister didn't kind of bully you when you were little, then you're probably
Right.
not a good person now, you know?
Yeah.
You're doing it
builds
wrong.
character, and honestly, like, Kira's outfits probably weren't the best, so you were just trying
Yeah.
to help.
Yeah.
The thing is, I thought they were so good, and like I look back and they definitely
Are we
weren't.
all youngest sisters?
Yes,
We are.
Oh,
That's a fun thing.
that's fun.
So we all have
Wait,
all
that
have older
is
sisters.
cute.
Yes.
Is what
Yeah.
we have lived this shared experience
Uh-huh.
of like mean older sisters. Yeah.
Yeah, and like looking through
You
their
know what's
closet,
funny?
and being
Now
like,
are our
"Wow."
friends.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
That is funny because I always thought that I was kind of the odd one out because you have like older, like more, well, 2 and then 2 plus older siblings, and like have like lots of like nieces and nephews and stuff. But that's a funny, just little
Yeah.
factor that I
Shared
hadn't thought of.
experience
Love that.
we didn't realize we had.
Yeah. So I had to tell that story, Carissa, and you know it, and I've told you that multiple times. At least once a year, I bring that up because it's just iconic now.
Mhm. But she does round out the email, and she said, "Joke's on me because now you have better style than me." LOLs.
Aw.
Funny.
That is sweet.
That's cute.
She says, "Keep up the good work. Love, Carissa." Really sweet.
Aw.
Super
Thanks,
sweet.
Thanks, Carissa.
That was a very tame email.
Mhm.
Thank you.
Very tame. I'm not gonna lie. You listening since your day one, and you're gonna listen to this whole thing. I did hear that you wrote in an email, and I wasn't sure which direction it was gonna go. So thank you for saying all of those things. And you're a faithful listener, one of our listeners from Florida. Shout out to our Florida listeners. It's probably you and Mom,
Love
but that's okay.
Lowrider.
We are here for it all. So
Yeah.
thanks for sending in
Thank
an
you.
email,
And
Carissa.
again,
Love you.
everyone, just send us your emails. We just would love to read it. Anytime we see that little inbox things show up, and there's actually like a real email in there, not like some spam that we all signed up for, because this is now kind of our junk email a little bit.
Yeah.
At Kira. But we're just we'd love to hear your thoughts. So thank you.
Agreed. Well, happy Thanksgiving week, y'all.
Thanksgiving.
Y'all.
Tomorrow is Thanksgiving. That's
Yeah.
crazy.
Tomorrow's Thanksgiving. Honestly, it is just crazy. I know like every year people say this, but like it is crazy how fast the holidays come, and now it's here. The first one is here, and Christmas is going to be here before we know it. But we just want this episode to be dedicated to Thanksgiving, just some fun memories we have of Thanksgiving, and we kind of had this fun idea to talk about maybe some of our own personal, whether family or friend traditions, words. I know, Casey, you definitely had one on the top of your mind. I might need to think a little bit, but some Thanksgiving traditions. What did the Perez family do over Thanksgiving when you were younger?
So it was a combination of the Perez family and the Gingrich family. So I grew up in Iowa, and we had my mom's sister. So my aunt and uncle also lived in Iowa. So they were a huge reason why my family moved to Iowa. And I had 3 cousins. And so we would always all get together on Thanksgiving. And so we have 2 big traditions. And one tradition is not for the faint of heart, per usual with my family. And the other one is just kind of funny. So every year, you can have the tradition, like, what are you thankful for? But we like to ask each other hard questions and would you rathers, just to make everyone go around the table. So this was like a huge thing all morning. As like the food was finishing up, we would all write questions for every single person who's at the table, and they had to answer whatever we would come up with. So some of these questions are like, for my mom, for instance, my mom doesn't love animals. Okay. So every year the question would involve something with animals with my mother. So would you rather sleep in a bed with 10 big dogs, or would you rather sleep in a bed with 20 cats? So it's not like deep. It's more of like, we want to make you as uncomfortable as possible and ask you a question that you have to answer in front of everyone that you don't even want to do, but you have to answer it. So that's kind of like the vibe that everybody has to go around and do. My favorite one every year, though, is, like I was saying, we don't really do like what you're thankful for. Like, we want it to be complex, and we want everyone to be like, oh, that's the worst would you rather I've ever heard. But for my youngest cousin, she's only like a year and a half younger than me, but her brother would write her question every year and always just say, what are you thankful for? After everyone would have these elaborate questions, and like we were all laughing, it would get to her. And every single year he would say, what are you thankful for? Like, he asked her this question for years and years and years. And like, I think the last time we've had a Thanksgiving together, it's been a while, but that was still the question. What are you thankful for? And it's just so funny. It's like every year we knew that was the question she was going to get. So every time it would get to her, she would be like, well, I wonder what it says. And then it's just, well, what are you thankful for? And then she would always say, my family and my friends. And it was so funny every year. And then when she was younger, she gave an answer, like one of her best friends at the time, I'm thankful for her. And then every year we would just make fun of her for it. So do that to kind of shake things up.
That's
maybe
cute.
do some would you rathers. And then our second Thanksgiving tradition, which we kind of do this anytime we have a gathering as a family. And this is not for the faint of heart. We will go around and say our most favorite food and our least favorite food that was brought
from the meal.
Yes.
Of that
I do
day.
like that.
So I think you guys have maybe been a
That's
part of this one.
fun.
I don't remember, because anytime we get together as a family and everyone brings food and they bring it, or like everyone brings all their food together, we always do, okay, this was the best thing, this was the worst. So
I vaguely remember that from an Easter.
yes.
Oh.
So
Yeah, that
like
sounds
if
right.
someone made the turkey and it's dry, we're all going to say we don't like the turkey, and you have to say why. You can't just be like, I didn't like it.
You have to say why? Oh my gosh.
So there was one year I never live this down in my family. It's one thing. You say things once and you're done for. forever. So I want to say I was like about 8 when I said this. And do people still bring it up now that I'm 27 and basically like 20 years later? Yeah, they still do. So one year my aunt made rolls and she didn't cook them or like bake them very long. And so they were still pretty doughy. And I said, well, I don't really like dough. I don't really like basically your doughy rolls is what I said. But instead of saying like, I don't really like how underbaked these are, I just said, I don't like dough. So anytime I ever eat a roll or any kind of bread around my family, people go, I thought you didn't like dough.
Again, I don't know if I could be in your family. I just don't have the skin for it.
But that's because I decided to, open my big fat mouth and say, I don't like dough. Like, I don't like your dough. I don't know why you made this dough. You shouldn't have made this dough. It's the worst thing I've had today.
Oh my gosh.
I feel like you got to be careful what you say around that family.
Be careful.
You like walk into the room anxious.
Right.
But that's, I mean, we've had a lot of really funny like stories based off of like, a dry turkey one year or doughy rolls or like a really bad stuffing that everyone just hated or, whatever the situation may be. The other thing is it has to be on your plate and you had to have eaten a bite of it. You can't just say like, I don't like stuffing because stuffing's gross. You have to have eaten it. That's the rule in order to say you don't like something. So anyway.
Is it ever the same person like a couple years in a row? Like if like someone's like dough's or roll was doughy and then the next year their stuffing was dry. Is it like one aunt that it just like
well, I mean, for a lot of years
to?
it was really just my mom and my aunt who were the cooks. So it was really just those two who were getting blasted. But as like my sisters got older or like my sister lives in Iowa, like she would bring stuff or we would invite other people or our family would grow over the years. We would warn them like, hey, this is the game and this is the reality of what we do. So you just be aware, like you do have to participate. Like it's mandatory participation. But we will be nicer to the newbies because we feel bad. But I mean, if you make the turkey, you're always going to be on the chopping block for having a dry turkey. I mean, it's a big thing.
That is it's
an A-list item.
thing.
And it's always funny because like my aunt Kendra, she'd always preface like, okay, guys, I know the turkey's dry and like, I don't even care if you bring it up. Like it's like, I already know it. So
honestly, that's what I would
like,
do.
Bring it on.
Same at the beginning.
Bring it on, basically. And so it's just funny. But my mom and my aunts and like my aunts over the years, as we've done this, they take it so well. And it's so funny. And it's like, we don't mean it. Like we don't mean anything bad. It's like, I'm sorry, but your green bean casserole just was kind of gross, and I'm
just speaking the truth.
Yeah.
I actually just threw up in the bathroom. Sorry. Like just take it to the next levels. I actually think your family would do something like this. It was a TikTok I watched just today where someone kept a collection of all the funny quotes and sayings that her friends and family have said. And for Christmas, that she gave everybody a T-shirt with like their most quotable quote on the front, and then a list of every quote on the back. I think I saved off to send it to you.
So much.
But just so funny, and I wanted to pause the TikTok to see like all the quotes. It was like her best friend, then her boyfriend, and her mom, and they're like, and she was like, these people in my life are so funny. So if you do pause to to listen to all the quotes, like you're gonna get a good laugh. And I was cackling, and I'm like, I don't even know these people, but I feel like that's the same kind of concept your family would do because they have all those like inside jokes and nicknames. You should do something like that for Christmas or something.
I'll bring that up.
I think that'd be funny.
I mean, there's some family members who listen, so they're probably taking notes. But then there's other family members who are like episode 3 still, and they're like, "Sorry, I haven't gotten to." I'm like, "It's fine. Like it's you listen when you listen, and it's all good." But anyway, that's That's good. I really like that. I think our family would absolutely thrive in that because we have a lot of quotable things that we talk about with each other. So that's my traditions. What about you, Mare?
Well, this one is maybe more of a recent tradition. And again, this is like Christmas and Thanksgiving. My mom will, I have a brother and a sister, and they both have a bunch of kids. And so when we have holiday meals, it's big. Like there's a lot of us around the table. It's at my parents' house. My mom will, at each place setting, she'll like go on Pinterest or somewhere and figure out how to make like figures out of candy. like out of like
Ooh.
she'll like glue
Oh.
hot glue gun like
Yeah.
Rolos and like little fun size like Snickers bars or whatever
Aw.
to make like a turkey or to make like a choo-choo train or something
So
like that. And so
cool.
she'll have one of those sitting at every like place setting. And like yeah, I don't know, it just is like a thoughtful thing that she always does, which again, that's like maybe in the last like 4 years she's been doing that. Thinking back to like childhood, we didn't really have any like huge traditions. We would go to our grandparents' houses. My brother growing up didn't eat ham
Oh.
because
Was he veggie?
no,
Was he you? Was he
Because-
like
well, I
Kiara?
guess-
Was he me?
maybe this is more of a Christmas thing because yeah, we eat turkey at Thanksgiving, but like there was always like ham and something else because he didn't eat ham, because whenever he was really little, my parents tried the whole like, no, you sit at the table and you finish your food,
Yeah.
like, and he threw up
right.
because it was ham and he
Mm.
didn't like it, and so he recently in like recent years finally could like eat bacon. Like he couldn't even
Really?
eat that
Okay.
Wow,
because
that
it was
must
it
have
was
been
like
super scarring
so
for
hammy.
him.
Yeah. So anyways, there's always like turkey or chicken or something for him. I remember that too. But no, we didn't really have any like big tradition-y things like that. That was mainly at the little figurines. Can you think of anything?
Yeah, I think I'm similar to you. Nothing crazy stands out. I mean, just a fun fact. I don't know if I've even shared this on the pod, but we've been alluding to it in the last minute or two. But for probably grades like 4 to 12, my family was vegan. So our Thanksgivings definitely
Fully
just
vegan,
looked a
not
little
just vegetarian.
fully vegan.
I didn't know
we
that.
started vegetarian, and then just it kind of did its thing and worked well for my mom, and they liked it.
You have
Liked
to tell us
cutting
your
that out.
entire Thanksgiving menu.
Actually,
Like, I'm not even kidding.
how do you
guys
have
are
a
gonna
vegan
crack. You
Thanksgiving?
guys are gonna crack up. Maybe this is a good. So this was my tradition, I guess, if you
Okay.
can call it that. Was my family would. I mean, honestly, for Thanksgiving we would. It would be more of like a homey, holiday, and Christmas we were always like traveling maybe to Florida to visit my cousins or Ohio to visit some family. So we were always traveling Christmas, but Thanksgiving was like a very fun, like, you had the day off school and then you got to like come home and just like eat a bunch of food. And we had, we lived in a neighborhood and saw the neighborhood kids but just like run around and play. So I have great memories. But growing up vegan, obviously you're not eating turkey, but you are eating some of the most amazing mashed potatoes, though. I will
Okay.
say. And I want to throw this out there. Have you ever had skin in?
Oh,
Mashed
of course. That's the only way to
potatoes.
do
Oh,
it.
yeah.
That's the only way
Yeah.
to do it.
Oh, okay, good. It's so good. Some people throw in there like a crap ton of like butter and maybe cheese and stuff. We don't obviously do
What
that.
were you putting in? I'm just so curious. What
Do
were
what?
you putting
What are
in?
you putting in?
I mean, okay, so around that time, I don't even know. I can't do that math.
Don't tell me
what
it's just
year.
a mushed up potato.
I
'Cause
know,
that's
and, like,
just a
No,
baked
it
potato.
was no. It was definitely other
Like
stuff, but I
almond
don't
milk?
remember. Well, what I'm getting to is not a lot of people were vegan at that time. Now it's a pretty like there's a lot of people being vegan just for the sake of being
Yeah.
like hippie. But that was more of like a dietary thing
Sure.
they wanted to
This is like
follow
yeah,
for
2012
health reasons.
like
Yeah, maybe 2012,
like,
2011.
early,
So
yeah.
they were definitely the only family that like anybody knew. It was like we would go around and be like, yeah, we're vegan, and they'd be like, I guess you can have leaves, like at a
Yes,
restaurant.
yeah.
They wouldn't
there
have
was not a menu
like
for
Yeah.
you.
there was not a menu,
Wow.
or like the servers wouldn't even know like you could get a side of vegetables and that is vegan. They would be like, I don't know, I think everything has cheese, and you're like, it doesn't. You just have to be aware. Anyway,
It's so fascinating.
so back in that, I know, so interesting, right? But back in that time, there was an egg substitute and a butter substitute, but I can't remember what the names of it were. So we definitely put like other stuff in it other than just potatoes and salt, but it was like a substitute of things that
Sure.
now would just be laughable, I'm sure, because there's
Great options.
so many other
yeah.
things you could put in. Or even the fact that like butter, now you can get like butter from Trader
Yeah.
Joe's that's not actually margarine and it's other things and it tastes just like butter. It just, that was not the way that makes me feel old.
Back in my day,
Back in my vegan
back
days,
then.
you couldn't just go to the store and buy anything you wanted.
Literally.
we just ate a can of beans.
I'm dying, but this is the one that I know you guys are going to make a face out of, and it's
I'm
actually not that
scared.
bad. My mom still
Okay.
makes it. So, Yvonne, no, I'm saying this with love. It's not on the top. I love the mashed
Yvonne, I'm
potatoes.
gonna laugh and don't get offended, please.
I know. Okay, so you know how there's meatloaf,
Oh no.
which is just a common thing. A lentil loaf.
Lentil loaf.
Is that even good?
Wait, does she, like,
what does it
blend
even
it?
look like?
She
Or, like,
has
how does that
crafted
work?
it over the years, and I would say now it's good. I think at the beginning I was just like it tasted like mushed up lentils with some sauce on
What
top.
color is it?
It's like brown. Like it looks like a meaty brown,
Okay.
I guess. I wish I
Okay,
had a photo
what-
of this.
Like
And
what
I
goes
don't.
in it? What goes in a lentil loaf?
I mean, okay,
Lentils?
let me do a
like
Google.
lentils cooked, and then you like smush them and like.
or do you
shape
not
them?
cook the lentils initially and then you?
Lentil vegetable loaf. I mean, it pretty much. Okay, I'm gonna. Excuse me. I'm gonna send you this link to this article. Obviously, listeners, I know that. Well, maybe we'll put
Why
it
don't
in
you
our
just-
Instagram.
Why don't you just read
post.
it?
Well, it's better to like look at it,
the
but
picture.
Oh, okay.
just to get an idea. Okay, so this
the
is.
ultimate vegetable lentil
I know,
loaf.
right?
Okay,
Okay, so it
look
has
terrible.
oats in it, carrots, brown lentils, peppers, garlic, flour, thyme, cumin. So, I mean, the majority of it is like brown lentils, but then you like chop up
It's
fine
season the
veggies,
crap out of it.
kind
yeah.
of make it into a mash of sort. And then what I remember her doing is like putting it in kind of like a bread loaf tin kind of thing,
Mhm.
mashing it
Okay.
in there,
Yeah, that
putting
makes
some
sense.
like sauce, some kind of a tomatoey looking sauce, and then like baking it. Pretty much like that. Yeah. And I would say now she is 1000% crafted it. Now she's a vegan of 15 plus years, so she's learned
She
her
knows
ways.
how to do it. I
She
bet
knows how
she's
to-
like the
knows.
best vegan
She's-
ever.
I think she is the best vegan ever. Yvonne, if you're hearing
And
this,
honestly,
best vegan.
it's working for her. She looks great.
and she looks
She looks
great,
fabulous.
and
Skin's glowing.
I
She-
feel
yeah.
great. I honestly look forward to the holidays primarily to see them, but also to be like, I'm eating good. I'm gonna
Yeah.
be eating
Healthy.
clean.
Whereas I
just
go
from the
home
ground.
and we eat
I always
like
feel like I gained
garbage.
20 pounds and
totally.
oh well that's
I know.
I
so
really want to try Yvonne's lentil loaf.
okay, if you do,
I would
Can
like
we
to
make
try
that
it.
reality?
I think we could somehow, some
Okay.
way.
Are we going to Sarasota?
If you guys
Let's go to
want to come
Florida.
and
Let's
say,
Go to
oh,
Florida.
she would love to. I mean, Case, haven't your parents been down there in the
Yeah.
last like 6 months? See,
Yeah. Probably.
maybe
Let's
she,
go.
or maybe
Let's
her
go
in
before
is to
May
give
8th.
your parents the loaves and go from there. I don't know, but all that to say, the loaf, the
figure it
mashed
out.
potatoes. I mean, definitely vegetables. Like we love a good green bean. We love a
yeah.
good corn. Just things like that, and then like homemade bread and butter. So it's like very good food. It's just not what you think of like a big turkey and
Like a
bacon
traditional
and
Thanksgiving.
traditional and the stuffing.
yeah.
I never cared for stuffing anyways.
I don't care for it either. It kind of sucks.
Oh my gosh, it's my favorite part, you guys.
Really?
Oh, why do you
Oh,
like
it's
it? Can you
so
explain
good.
why you like it?
Yeah, it's just like, okay, I didn't like it that much until I made it one year, and like the smell of it baking, like the spices that go into it, and like that, a perfect fork full of mashed potatoes, a little bit of stuffing, and some gravy. Chef's kiss. It's
But
so
why? You didn't tell me
good.
why you liked it. You just said you like the smell of it. That doesn't like I need
No,
more
I
than
mean, like,
that.
I don't know. Why do you like anything? It tastes good.
Yeah, I know,
and
but
it's like
explain the
satisfying.
taste. What's the taste? To me, I just taste like I don't know. It's
I
like all
taste like
mushy
leftovers.
and- yeah.
And I don't know
No,
how else
it's
to
like-
describe it.
Because, well, like, what all do you put in it? You put like turkey broth or like chicken broth or something in it. Like you put like, I don't know. It's like mushy bread and it's good and I like it. Like you
Mushy
put syrup on a
bread.
pancake. You put gravy on stuffing, and it's good. And God said it is very good.
Okay.
And so does Meredith. Well, do we want to talk about what we're thankful for?
Yeah, let's talk about what we're
Yeah.
thankful for.
Wait, I do have one other note about the vegan Thanksgiving.
Okay.
Oh yes,
Yeah.
please.
A memory that is engraved into my head is one of the first Thanksgivings we were vegan. We traveled to Ohio to visit my mom's best friend's family, and they have kids similar in age range to my family, and they are not vegan. It's kind of funny because they are now. My mom has converted them into veganism.
Oh, funny.
Wow.
She should get an endorsement for all the people that she's converted. But
Vegan
From who?
committee.
vegan
Give her an
committee.
endorsement.
Like it's an MLM.
whoever you are. I mean, Yvonne's kind of at the top. She just hasn't gotten the
Maybe
benefits.
she should come out with her own cookbook.
She needs the white Cadillac.
She really should. The white Cadillac.
It's pink.
Sorry, pink Cadillac. Anyhow, this family was not, vegan, so naturally they had turkey, stuffing, all of the odds and ends. And I remember my parents were like, "Okay, we're gonna, make our own food, and like that's fine." And I remember like begging my mom. I thought I was begging. She was like, "You can have turkey," but I was like, "Can I have turkey?" Because I like didn't want to give up my meat yet, because I was like, I just need something like stable. And when you're in the 7th grade and all you've known was turkey and bacon and ham, that's what you want on Thanksgiving, and you're not ready to go left. So I just remember being like, "Can I have turkey?" And she's like,
When
"Yes."
did you go full vegan? I know you said 4 through 12, but I almost remember like there was a point where you were a vegetarian and your parents were vegan. Is that right? Or am I completely delusional?
To be honest, the timeline is a
Wasn't
little
that college?
confusing, because I always called myself a flexitarian. Do you remember me saying that? Where
Yes.
I mean, once you got to college, you automatically weren't a vegetarian anymore because I saw what you
It
ate
was
all
like
the time.
week 2 when you were putting like chicken nuggets on your
Yeah.
salad. And
Yeah.
that's what you're doing.
So I mean, once you got to college, you pretty much weren't a vegan
True.
anymore.
But I still wanted to like say that I was, just for
Yeah.
in solidarity.
It made you feel good. It made you feel good.
It did. I would say probably like, I don't know, junior, senior year. Like only a couple years I think I was like actually vegetarian for the most part. Also, like when you're also at that age, what you're doing, you're going to come home and eat the food that, is provided at the house. So it's like I
Yeah.
kind of was by association, just because I didn't have no job to go out and get my own chicken nuggies.
Yeah.
So it was just kind of like I was by association. But if I like went to a friend's house or out to eat or something, and I would like maybe get a burger or whatever. But so I would say loosely vegetarian for like high school.
What
Gotcha.
about your dear sweet high school boyfriend? Was
Oh.
he vegetarian?
He was not. And in fact, I feel like his family was very much like me, like how my parents were like in their vegan world, and this is like the health thing.
Like,
they
this
were
is
like,
the best.
the meat is the health and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
So I remember being like, I don't know. Listen, I don't know what to
Yeah.
think and what to do. So he,
listening to my parents.
Yeah.
he never got on board, wasn't converted, nor do I think
He never
and
had
that's
the
why it
lentil
didn't
loaf.
work.
He never had the lentil loaf.
I don't know. If you're listening,
Oh my god!
imagine.
No.
Imagine.
I forgot that he's still a person that
I
actually
know.
exists on
I
this
know.
earth.
He's still
Not just
here.
like the lore of
No.
the high school
Yeah.
boyfriend.
I think he's like a dad now, which is weird, but
Aw, good
Really?
for him.
good for you. But yeah, I don't know if he ever made it around to the lentil
lentil
loaf
loaf.
Thanksgiving. So
He missed out,
unclear.
I guess.
Unclear. But anyways, that's to wrap up the Betger traditions. But I do love the idea of saying things that we're thankful for. I think that's a cute idea.
I like that
Yeah.
too.
Case, what are you thankful for?
I am thankful for my husband. I am thankful for how hard he works and provides for our family. I'm thankful for my position at work, where I'm able to interact with people every day and have meaningful conversations. And I'm really, really thankful for the work environment that I'm around and the people that I have grown to love over the past 5 years that have really become family to me. So I'm thankful for where I live, and I'm really thankful that every day I get to wake up and just like see the mountains and have like a beautiful scenery. And yeah, I know that's probably kind of lame, but I'm really thankful for that.
that's
Not
beautiful.
lame. That's really
That's
cute.
really great.
I love that.
What about you, Kira?
I'm really grateful for community and connection. It might sound cheesy, but like this week was like really high week because my birthday, but also kind of low. Someone at work passed away, and it's just been really hard, and it just makes you like in the like when you're feeling like a high or a low, just makes you like appreciate community, I guess. So
Yeah.
in the midst of this, I'm grateful that like where I work, the people that I can like hug, like I'm grateful for hug, because sometimes you just need like a physical touch, like another body to like hold on to when you're like not doing well. So I'm grateful for that. I'm grateful for honestly this opportunity to start this podcast. Like we've said, like in our first couple episodes, it was on my vision board, and it came to pass. And I think that's kind of a cool thing to have on there, but also I'm grateful that we actually like did it, you know? So I guess like the ambition of setting a goal and achieving it. I'm grateful that we have the opportunity to do that. I'm grateful for cheap rent.
That's a good one.
It's a great, amen. Yeah. Just Lord, if you could lower it though, it keeps going up every year. If you could like, lower it year by year. And honestly, I'm just grateful for a good cup of warm coffee on a brisk winter day.
Amen.
Like it's the little things in life sometimes. And sometimes, especially in the winter, you need something to just get you going.
Yeah.
And I know this is Thanksgiving, and yes, it's like folly, but it's getting cold and you need something to look forward to. And for me, sometimes, like right now, I just got a new espresso machine that I'm going to work on understanding. Beautiful. But I imagine just waking up and making a nice cup of coffee and just like honestly being outside though, like feeling like the cold, but holding the warm and just like feeling all of the things. I'm just grateful
I feel like I'm watching a Hallmark movie. Like,
yeah, I know. The leaves are falling. The snow is also falling. Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, really community, friends, the house that I live in. I'm just grateful for this life. That sounds so cheesy and gag, but I don't know, just in the midst of what has happened, I feel like I really sometimes you do just have to be grateful for.
Yeah. I'm also thankful for jackets. I know it's not my turn, but I just love a good fall jacket, and I feel like that can't be overstated enough.
Okay, Mare?
Yeah, I have a lot that I'm thankful for. I'm thankful, for Noah, for a husband that's so great, so supportive. Like he's the best partner to be pregnant with, like I don't know, he just is so supportive and understanding. So I'm thankful for him. I'm thankful for a house. Like we wanted a house for a long time and we got it, and I'm thankful for that. I'm thankful for a job where my voice matters. Like I've never really worked at a place where I sit around a table with like leadership. I work at a church, and our church is super affirming of women in leadership. And I've never worked somewhere where like I give an idea and it's not only just like considered, it's like held in equal esteem as like the head pastor. Like I'll give an idea and they're like, oh, that's really good. Like, yeah, let's tie that in this Sunday or so, like I just feel so affirmed in my call to ministry there. And I don't know, I am really thankful for that. I know that that's not the case at a lot of places. So I'm thankful for that. I'm thankful that I'm pregnant, even though I don't like feel great all the time, my body is changing and I feel
you're changing.
Honestly, body. I just kind of feel ugly. Like I'm at that stage where like I'm greasy, my hair is greasy. Like, guys, I have to wash it like every other day. I've never had to wash my hair that often.
Interesting.
Usually I can do like once a week or like twice a week.
Yeah.
But
Back when you had your meat sauce hair.
When I had my meat sauce hair. That's a story for another time.
Yeah, we got to put a pin in that one because too much to dive into.
I went through a phase, guys. That's all you need to know.
Oh no.
But anyways, I'm at a point where I just feel like kind of ugly and gross and like I don't know. But I am thankful that we were able to get pregnant. Like I went off birth control in May or June, and by August I was pregnant, like
yeah.
some people try for like years and can't, and we were able to. So I'm so thankful for that.
Mm.
Yeah, I don't know. There's a lot to be thankful for this year, and I think next year it'll just grow, hopefully. So
I love that.
Cool.
yeah,
I know. I feel like if we really sat on it, I'm sure our list could be never ending.
Yeah.
totally.
Well, even like after I was done talking, I was like, crap, I didn't say that.
I know.
Crap,
I didn't say
Oh,
this
yeah.
person and then
Family,
that
I love
person
you.
and that-
Family, you're all included.
Yeah.
Like,
Family,
you're such a
cousin,
given. Like, you're
know.
such a given that like I don't say you because it's like, duh, you obviously
I
I'm
just
thankful
don't
for
even
you.
worry.
Yeah, but
No,
there's so much.
There's so much, and I was actually reading up on just this idea of like being grateful because as an Enneagram 7, not to bring that Enneagram into it, but a lot of times I don't tend to stop and like actually think about what I'm thankful for. It's more in the moments of the highs, or when I'm low, I'm like, oh yeah, I'm kind of, I don't know, what am I pulling at? But like, it's in the mundane. I am not the best at kind of remembering that. So I was just reading up on like what being grateful can actually like do for you, and there's a lot of articles about how thankfulness can like change so many things, but the biggest one that I found was it actually like changes your brain when you either write things down that you're thankful for or speak them out loud. Not only does it help you relieve stress, but I mean it just shifts your attention. I mean, that's just kind of a matter of fact. Like when you say I'm thankful for like you guys, your husband, like you're shifting your attention to all of the obviously amazing things about your partnership with your spouse. So it just like sets your mind right. So not only like mentally stressed, just a ton of other things. I feel like it like takes away the negative emotions because it sets your mind on the positive. And I don't know, for me, I really need those reminders because sometimes I can get into a negative rut in my head, even though I might not outwardly show it. I inwardly go down all of these like negative rabbit holes. So just knowing that it would actually unshackle me from the negative thought if I spoke things out loud. Maybe even like maybe it's like I don't like what my face looks like right now, but I'm like, I have eyes that see and I can smell the fresh air and I'm talking to my friend right now. Like the basics of like human existence, like we take a lot of things for granted. And so I just love like putting things into perspective, because I think even on your lowest of lows, like there are things to be thankful for. I think sometimes it's harder to understand in different seasons of your life, but I think that's why I've like always loved Thanksgiving too. Maybe more than Christmas, just because I'm like, okay, I need to really focus on my attention. Sometimes Christmas comes and goes and it's like, oh, did I get the right gift? Did I not? Am I traveling? Am I doing this? Doing that? Like, I'm like, I just want to sit and being grateful, no matter if I'm alone or with my family. I really need to like set my mind on the positive. And that's my spiel.
If you're listening to this and you don't have a tummy ache, stop for a second and thank God.
Amen.
If you're listening to this and you don't have a headache right now, stop and thank God.
Honestly.
Or you can breathe through both your nostrils.
Yes.
Say amen.
Amen.
Or you don't have one of those persistent, like, annoying coughs,
like me.
Kira.
Things like that we just
2
take
weeks
for
ago.
yeah, Kara. Things like that we just take for granted. That like when you have a tummy ache, you're like, oh man.
Mm-hmm.
But then when you don't have one, you don't think about it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I wonder too, okay, this is like the most random thought, but like the people that like can run marathons and stuff, I know they always say it's like a mindset shift, but I wonder if they're literally just living in the gratitude of like, because if you have an able body that can run consecutive 26 miles, like sure, we could all maybe get there if we have able body, but like I feel like they are setting their mind on being grateful for like the chance to do this thing. They sign up, they give money, they train, they do all these things, they take on that mental challenge.
Well, I think in our experience in college, the happiest, kindest, most fun people to be around was the cross country team.
That is so true.
They're a team of goofballs that just love
goobers.
life. And
Yeah.
they just, I remember, I mean, they take care of their bodies and they're really thankful for what they're able to do. And
Right. I think when you're
Yeah.
thankful too, like you said, like you take care of it too.
yeah,
So when you're like, I'm thankful for my body, you're going to, sure, if you have a hard workout, you're going to rest and you're going to eat the right thing. And then you're
Mhm.
going to do this. It's like I feel like it like trails into so many other facets of your life
yeah.
when you actually take the time to do the work to be grateful and then like do like kind of the recovery on the other side.
Mm-hmm. What a great way to wrap that up. Like,
Yeah.
I love that.
such good perspective and just good thing to reflect on. Like, if you wake up in the morning and you're instantly like, today sucks, how can we turn our mindset in the opposite direction? And it can start with thankfulness. So
Yeah.
Totally.
thank you.
Yeah. And if you're not good saying it out loud, maybe a good practice would just be to write it down. Write it down in a journal, maybe text it. Maybe even if you think of someone that you're thankful for, give them a text.
Yeah.
I always feel like that's just the best thing to wake up to, or to get a text from someone that you haven't heard for a while and they're like, hey, I'm just like, you've been on my mind. I'm really, either thankful
yeah.
for X, Y, and Z, or remember that memory that we had together all those years ago. Like maybe this is
Yeah.
the time this week, especially just being Thanksgiving week. Send some texts out, write some things down, kind of just go the extra mile for your sake and your sanity, because
Yeah.
it's going to help you. I think it's just going to help you overall relieve stress
Yeah.
and help your mental state. So
Be
and that's what we're trying to do.
cheesy. Be cheesy.
Be
And
cheesy.
just tell people you're thankful for them. Because, like, people like it. Even if it is cheesy, it's cute.
It's true.
All right, Mary, do you want to
And-
bring down this mood? Because
Man brings
we're
down the
in a
mood.
really good place right now.
We're really high right now.
I
Yeah.
know.
So if you both will look at our group text, I sent you a prompt.
I see it.
Okay. Yes. So
Hold on.
here is the prompt.
Okay.
You are in an arena.
Okay.
There are listeners, pay attention. There's a lot. Okay. There are 50 hawks, 10 crocodiles, 3 brown bears, 15 wolves, 1 hunter with a rifle, 7 buffalo, 10,000 rats, 5 gorillas, and 4 lions. Pick 2 of those parties to defend you, and the others are attacking you.
Oh, my gosh.
The goal is to survive 1 hour. What 2 groups are you picking?
Oh no.
This is a disgusting thought.
50 hawks,
To be honest.
10 crocodiles, 3 brown bears, 15 wolves, 1 hunter and a rifle, 7 buffalo, 10,000 rats, 5 gorillas, 4 lions.
Y-
And you're in an arena.
You know what's annoying is it says the others will attack you. So 7 other options, not just one option.
Yeah.
No, the rest of them are after
Ah.
you. Yeah. And you have to survive an hour.
Okay. So I think that my first champion for me is going to be the 10,000 rats. Can you guys sit here and imagine a
No.
swarm
So
of 10,000
many
rats
rats.
I'm
coming at
grossed
you?
out already.
And rats are nasty. Like,
They're nasty.
my house growing up, it wasn't well insulated and animals got in. Okay.
Yeah.
Rats being one of them. There was one night we had a rat trap out, and it was one of those sticky pads, and a rat got caught on the sticky pad and it chewed its leg off. Its own leg.
It chewed its leg.
Chewed its own leg off.
Well, do you remember that? I know this is a movie and it's Fast and Furious and it's Fast and Furious. But is it the second one or whatever where they put the bucket on this guy's stomach and there's a rat in it and they heat the end of the bucket and the rat starts chewing through the guy.
That's
Like
disgusting.
they're savage.
No, rats
I
are
like
gross.
that.
10,000 rats,
Rats are gross.
They're
So I'm
yeah.
picking 10,000 rats and
to defend you.
to defend me. And then the other thing I think that I would pick is 3 brown bears.
3 brown bears. Yeah.
Okay.
Because bears are crazy strong. They're also very
Yes.
fast.
Are brown bears the same as grizzly bears? Because if they're grizzly bears, that is a great choice.
I'm not sure.
I
But
think
here's
grizzly
what I
bears
do
are
know.
mostly-
I would rather not get attacked by a bear.
Sure.
I mean, I don't really want to get attacked by 50 hawks and 4 lions and 5 gorillas. But maybe I want 5 gorillas.
Maybe you
No,
want more
They are the
lions.
same. Grizzly bears and
No,
brown bears
okay.
are the same.
No,
So
I'm
you're-
doing the 3 brown bears. They have massive claws. They're quick. So I have the ground control with the 10,000 rats. And I'm thinking of all of those, like the hunter with the rifle and
Or
all
the
those 10,000
hawks.
rats. He's done. He's done.
He's done.
The
He's
hawks,
done for.
they
that
do
guy is
have-
not lasting.
The hawks do
Hawks
have
are scary.
they have air control, but honestly, like the bear's just like gonna grab it and like throw it on the ground. It's gonna die. The 5 gorillas and the 4 lions. I don't know. I mean, we're gonna have to
Nah.
we're gonna have to fight really hard to get those off us, but I don't know. I mean, what's the right answer? The right answer is there isn't a right answer, but I think
Yeah, it's all up to you.
3 brown bears, 10,000 rats, final answer. And
I love that.
honestly, I have to just make it an hour and then it all ends.
Yes.
1 hour.
So 1
Yep.
hour.
Kiera, I would love to know your input in this. Do you agree? Do you disagree? What are you picking?
This is hard for me because where my mind goes, I'm like, what can eat the other one? Like, who would
Yeah.
not go after? Let me try that again. I was on my box. Where my mind goes is, what can eat the other? Like, if I have 4 lions, are they going to charge after the crocodiles and the hawks and the buffalo, or what are they gonna get out? Like,
Let's be honest. The crocodiles are like, why is that even an option?
I know.
I don't know.
I thought the same
They're
thing.
not that fast. They're not
No.
that
But
also,
fast.
Crocodiles aren't the ones that are dangerous. It's alligators. Crocodiles.
They're both not great.
Well, they're both
None of
not.
them are great.
They're
yeah.
both not great, but the
You don't want to
alligators.
stick your hand by them.
No, but the crocodiles will mind their business. The alligators are the ones that.
Interesting.
Well,
They
that's
would
the
know
thing,
that
though. We don't
in
know,
Florida.
like, are these programmed specifically to come and attack us?
Oh.
Or are they
they all,
acting
like-
the way that they act? Because, like, if I have
Yeah.
50 hawks, they'd end up fighting with each other. Like, if I'm being honest.
Yeah.
See,
Or,
I'm taking it
I
as
don't know.
they're just thrown in there. They're not targeting you. They're just thrown in there.
Oh.
But which one? But out of those, you can have 2 that maybe are programmed to defend you. Obviously. So, all that to say, I feel like 10,000 rats is disgusting, but they could throw it off course. So, I'm going to choose that as one of them to defend me. So, we're the same in that, right? You
Yeah.
also chose that?
Yeah.
And I think that the other one that I'm going to have to defend me is the lions.
I was debating
Interesting
between the
pick.
lions.
I think because I mean, granted, I've never really seen a grizzly bear nor a lion in person, but for some reason, I feel like the lions could either outrun or just tear up some bears, or it'd be a gnarly fight. Who knows? But the rest, crocodiles and the hawks.
Man, I want to know so bad, but I also don't. It's like when you're watching Animal Planet and it's like the gazelle's trying to get away and the lion's chasing it. You,
Right.
like, you want the gazelle to get away, but you also want to know, like, what does a lion do? Like,
what does
how does
it
it take
them
actually
out?
do? Mm-hmm.
yeah.
But that's my final answer.
I love that.
okay. What about you, Mary?
Well, I've thought about this a lot. I've asked this question to a lot. I've had this in my phone since like March. I've asked this to a lot of different groups of people, and I've gotten a lot of feedback. And my answer is, yeah, if you're not picking 10,000 rats, you're just gonna die. 10,000 rats, easy for the sheer volume of the rats. Like that's like a flood across
that's
the
just
field.
like it's just
you know?
disgusting.
And then my other option, neither of you picked this one,
Okay.
is 15 wolves. Again, because they're ferocious and the number of them. Like 15 of them. If it was like 8 of them, I don't know if I'd pick them, but 15, that
I
is
don't
kind of a
know.
lot.
I don't know.
So I think
feel like
that's
Kiera's
my
lions
answer.
are gonna just like eat your little wolves up.
Yeah, but for every one of her lions, I have like, what is that? I got 3 wolves.
But like,
yeah, you got those rats nibbling at everybody's tootsies.
what do wolves go for when they eat? When they prowl? That's what I'm like. I feel like
I don't
wolves
know.
just howl and they kind
They
of
eat
like run
rabbit.
away.
They just howl. They eat like
No, they're
rabbits
like-
and-
Or like, isn't like a coyote? Like a coyote is like a wolf. Like
yeah,
they'll
I think
attack,
I think
like-
it's in the family.
like cattle, you know?
deer.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Like they're going, if they
Okay.
can eat you, if you're made of meat, they're coming
Here's
after
the
you.
deal, though.
Fair.
You've already picked it, so you're locked in and you can't change your answer.
Oh, I'm not
they
changing.
are pack hunters and they only go after one thing. So
Oh.
how are they
But
going
maybe
to...
they'll split up
That's
there's
not how
15.
they
Maybe there's-
roll. That's not how they
Maybe there's
roll.
like 3 groups of them. 3 groups of 5 is still a lot.
That is a lot of wolves, though. To be fair,
That's a lot of wolves.
Well, who's to
Also-
say some of them aren't baby wolves? Like they
Also-
haven't. They didn't specify.
Well, who's to say that some of your gorillas aren't babies?
I didn't pick
or
gorillas.
whatever you picked.
3
Your
brown bears?
Maybe it's 1 mama and 2 cubs.
Oh, you want mama
don't know.
bear? Mama bear.
Okay, but
3
you still got 2 cubs.
you guys know what we haven't talked
Those
about.
hawks are taking
is
them
the-
cubs away.
Look at the buffalo. 7 buffalo.
There are buffalo. Except
What's
they're
happening
like,
with them?
What do they do? They just charge. Like they're not
They
gonna
don't,
like bite
they
you.
don't
and rip
have
you
any
apart.
like
Mm.
real
Right?
defenses. I feel like.
Yeah.
So
And the fun thing about this is there's no like, here's the right one.
I want
It's
to
just-
know the
you'll
right
never
one, though.
know. You'll never know.
You'll never know.
Um,
We're gonna post this on our story
yeah.
too, and we'd love to know you guys' feedback.
Guys, I
And
just
we
asked
actually
Bryce.
will post on our story.
I just asked Bryce.
Okay. Yes. What
What
did
did
he say?
So he picked the 10,000 rats because I think that one's
Duh.
just obvious.
Duh.
He went with 50 hawks.
Honestly, that would be my second choice.
Really?
If I'm honest, I've thought about that too because you have nothing's coming after them except the hunter and with the rifle.
and that's 50.
And like my rats can take that guy down easy.
Why do I actually want to put this in a simulation and like know what happens?
I know.
Not like with
You know,
us personally, but just like
Like brown bears aren't gonna come up in the air after my hawks.
Just swat at him.
But
One,
also I
one
don't know how
swipe, they're
hawks,
dead.
But also I don't know how hawks will kill like a gorilla. You know?
Yeah.
So again,
yeah.
don't know if that's a great choice. I didn't pick it, but
Yeah.
I respect it, Bryce.
there are just so many options.
There are.
You could drive yourself crazy with this question.
I feel like I've heard a variation of this question, but it's been like 3 or 4 options. Like this sounds
sure.
familiar. That I'm like, did you ask this? Not on the pod,
I
but
might
in
have
regular
asked
life.
I might have sent this to you guys separately.
Maybe.
Maybe.
I got this from my friend Maddie. She sent it out to our like soccer
Yeah.
girls friend group.
I'm just dying to know what
And-
those 10,000 rats would do. You know what I mean?
Oh,
S-
yeah.
Like how much
Same.
damage? And if I
Look at
tell all
that.
those rats, I tell them, go get them.
I'm sure there's a
Like, and
video
they just-
somewhere of rats destroying something.
10,000. I can't. That was a good one.
So, anyways,
Yeah.
that
Thank
was
you.
this week's Mayor's Bring Down the Mood.
I
Yep.
like that.
I liked
Yeah, I
it.
Yeah.
Thank
Well,
you.
guys, we hope you have a splendid Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving,
We're
everybody.
thankful for all of you.
Yes.
And, you know, no matter where you're at, whether you're with family or things are a little different this year, know that we're thankful for you as listeners, truly.
Yeah.
And we're thankful that you interact with us and that you care about what we have to say.
And you know what we
Yeah.
would be more thankful for is if you wrote us an email and gave us a 5-star rating and review.
Email us at it'sbeenforeverpod@gmail.com.
And if you're
Follow us on
listening
Instagram.
on
Yeah.
Spotify, rate us 5 stars, please.
Mm-hmm.
If anything lower than that, shoot us an email. And then also Apple Podcasts.
I
we're
thought
on
you were
there
going to say,
too.
if anything lower than that, shoot us now. Goes out of our misery.
Just give us those 10,000 rats.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We'll be
send
done
them our way.
for.
Or if anyone knows how to simulate this, like, please
If anyone
let us
knows how to
know,
simulate
'cause-
this,
Honestly,
I just am
hey,
envisioning a
ChatGPT?
Sims simulation.
Ask ChatGPT who would
ChatGPT.
win. ChatGPT would know.
Ask.
Actually, I'm going to.
Actually, do it right
yeah.
now.
We'll ask
Genius,
ChatGPT
actually.
and we'll post the results of what it says on.
Yes,
I love
okay.
that.
Because,
I love that.
yeah, people need to post their own thing first, and then we'll say what
Yeah.
the right answer is.
True.
Yeah.
Yeah, according
Love
to
that. Okay.
ChatGPT. Okay, well,
Yes.
thank you guys. Love you.
Yeah, I love you
and
guys.
Thankful for you guys.
I
Happy
hope you guys have a good
Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving too.
Yeah, true.
well,
Yeah,
you
I hope you
too.
guys have a good
Yeah, my
Thanksgiving.
gosh. Enjoy your Thanksgiving.
Gosh,
I guess
I love that.
it's gonna really be forever until the next time. So yeah, love you guys.
Okay.
Bye.
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 Bye.